Hey everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are brand new and joining for the first time. In this video, I am going to be unboxing my Spellbinders Card of the Month kit. I am brand new to the idea of a card kit each month, and when I saw that Spellbinders offered something like this, I thought I definitely wanted to give it a try. I think it's a really great way to get your creative juices really just flowing, and it's a really fun way to get introduced to things that you may have overlooked or may not purchase yourself to begin with. So in this video, I'm going to be unboxing my very first box, and yes, it's July, but this is the June 2022 kit because things have just been a little busy behind the scenes, and I'm finally getting a chance to open this little cutie up, and I can't wait to start creating with it. So this is the little box it comes in. It's super, super cute. It is the June 2022 Party Hats and Streamers kit, and again, this is the card kit of the month. I will go ahead and link this down below, as well as anything that you're seeing in this video today, but I thought it would be really fun to unbox this with you and then create a few cards using the contents inside. So I'm excited to get inspired with what's inside, and I have not opened it yet. As you can see, this seal is still sealed tight, and I thought it would be fun just to do it all together and see what is inside. So I'm going to go ahead and just open this, and let's see what we have to create with. Okay, so opening up, and oh, fun. This is so cute. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see some of the detail of some of these sweet little contents. Okay, so inside, it looks like over here, it looks like this must be card bases and envelopes. So that's really nice of them to do that. I didn't know that it includes that. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 card bases and their coordinating envelopes. So that's nice because you literally can have everything that you need within the box to start creating some cards. Really cool. Okay, then it looks like there is a little paper pad, Party Hats and Streamers. Looks like it must be exclusive just to the clubs. So that's really fun. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what kind of things and prints we can see in here. So you get a little preview, of course, on the actual front, but ooh, I'm already in love with that. That is really pretty. And then this looks like it goes this way. Little candles fit with the whole party theme. This is beautiful, and the little bows on the balloons are foiled, so that's really pretty. Some really nice, it's just an orange star, looks like. That's really cute. I love pattern paper. It like always is a good idea in my opinion. More of a watercolory marble in a nice green. A pretty sunshine yellow, or mustard yellow really, with tiny little hearts. That's adorable. Ooh, look at this one. That's really fun. Little rainbows. We have a little variety of little cake stands. That's really classic and fun. I feel like paper pads are so fun because they really can appeal to anybody, right? Because what you may love could be completely different from what I may love. Sorry, a little tongue-tied there. Like this, I don't really care for that much at all, but all of the other ones so far have been really cool. But you may love the one that I decide to kind of pass up on. This is a really tiny little daisies, if you will. And then, oh, fun, happy birthday all over, a nice text. Again, with some foil, we have kind of a little bit more of a confetti look. And this is very similar to that first one, but in a smaller print. So the first one, I have to say the first one was my favorite. That was so pretty. So kind of repeating that, but on a little bit smaller of a scale. Ooh, okay, that's nice. Got a little bit of a marble look with a pink. You know I love a pink. Lots of text here with a little bit of highlighted areas. This is beautiful. That's something that I would love for sure. And then finally, oh, I might have skipped. Did I skip? I can't remember how many are each one. I think there's probably 2 of each. And then we got, ooh, I like this, a green dot. Okay, so that's the paper pack. I love that. That's really, really fun. I think there was only 1 or 2 in there that I probably would pass by, but that's really, really fun. And I can't wait to start kind of looking into that. Okay, these are die cut shapes. Well, that's fun. So they're already pre-done for us. That makes it super easy. How fun is that? Ooh. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can take all of these out. I don't want to make too much of a mess, but just to get a little preview, we have some little flowers. Oh, look at the little candle. That's cute. How fun. This is pulling at my eye because of the foil. Look at the little candles, the little birthday candles. I have to pull this out. There's a little cake stand that looks adorable. Oh, with stars. That's fun. Well, I don't want to pull every single one out, but this looks just darling. Look at the presents, and they're already done for you. So really you could just put some foam tape on the back. I'm curious about this little cone. You could put some foam tape on the back and you're done. Oh my gosh, cute. I love a rainbow. So fun. I don't want to pull all of them out because I have a feeling it's going to be crazy getting it back in, but I definitely, as I'm going to obviously build some cards with these, I'll definitely be looking into them further. These are so, so cute. Oh, and then we have some stars too. Oh my gosh, they just thought of everything. How cute. And you have so much. So, you know, they gave you 10 cards and 10 card bases and 10 envelopes, but you could make so much more with just this. Look how much. It's just packed full. That is adorable. And the color theme and combo and palette, really is what I should say, is just beautiful. Ooh, look at these little Pom Pom hats. How cute. And we're seeing some of those prints, a couple of them at least, from that pattern paper. That's so fun. With the little interactive pom-poms. You can open these up and just get a really good idea for how they really look. Oh, cute. Fun. I love that. And, oh, they already have a little foam tape on the back. So really, they are just ready to go. That's really nice. Okay, and then, oh, some stamps. Okay, so we have some really cute stamps. My eye is drawn to this immediately. And then this would be really fun with some embossing powder, I think. That would be super fun. Have a sprinkles, confetti, and rainbows kind of day. That is so cute. I really love this down here. Wonderful people deserve wonderful birthdays. And then, oh, I love that. I wish I was there to celebrate with you. I love that because I definitely celebrate from afar with so many people. So I love that. So fun. Okay. And then what is this? I wonder if this is more chipboard. Does it have anything in here that, oh, you know what? It does. I was going to say, okay, I was right. Yep. Chipboard embellishments. So here is more of the outline of what's going to be in this box, telling us the contents. So really, I could have grabbed this to set this to the side, but it was actually kind of fun to be able to identify some of it myself. How cute. Okay, so we still have a lot to go, it looks like. So this is chipboard embellishments, or these are chipboard embellishments, and I am here for this. Oh my gosh, so they're definitely nice and thick, which is fun because it instantly adds some dimension to a card. How cute. Oh, fun. My eye with these, I love this little foiled sentiment with the offset in the bright colors. So we have a peach one, a pink. Those are so fun. I love this birthday bestie. That's so cute. And then, oh, and then we're repeating some of the things that we saw, it seems, in the little die cut shapes. So this was one of my favorites that I saw, the cake with the little stars. I love the cupcake too. Oh, how fun are these? And then to get an idea, let's see if my camera will focus. Yeah, see the thickness? So really fun that we have some chipboard things. That's really fun. Oh, cute. So then we have some puffy stickers. Let's see what the actual word would be. Yep, puffy sentiments. Look at me go. So fun. Look at the colors too. I really like that. It looks like my camera is trying to do a little slow zoom in. How fancy. I'm not that fancy, but my camera decided to be fancy. So let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so we have the puffy sentiments. Super cute. I really like this birthday girl. The woohoo is really fun. Love this. And I love the colors too. Okay, then it looks like we have, this must be adhesive. So we have adhesive tape and foam squares, which looks to be this here. How neat. And you know what? I actually don't have adhesive tape in my craft room, and I've wanted to try. So this is an example of being introduced to products that I don't have and have been interested in. And look at the nice little dainty roll that we get. That's so fun because now I can give it a try and see if I like it. And I'm being introduced to something that I don't have, which is really kind of fun. And then we have some foam squares here. Those are really fun and nice. Okay, and then it looks like we have a die cut. How fun. Okay, so you can see here that the die is going to make a cute little dimensional birthday hat. That is so fun. I love dies so much. Okay, so we have, this must be what makes it dimensional because we have some shallow little dies in here, or I don't know how to explain it, but we're basically going to just score on the inside and then obviously cut on the out. Very fun. Here is the other one, which is going to give us a really nice striped pattern on the hat. And then, in addition to that, it looks like we even have some sentiments in there. So we have more embellishments, of course, for the actual hat. But then we have a sentiment. Make a wish. Make, I think that's what it's going to say. Make a, okay, there we go. Make a wish. Obviously mirrored, but how sweet. Make a wish. I love that. So that's exciting and fun. It really kind of helps you to also build up your die and stamp and embellishment collection in fun new ways. I love this. Okay, and then we have, looks like some sequins. One's trying to pop out, so let me get that right back in there because I don't want to waste a single one. Let's pop you back in. Okay, so it looks like we have just a very nice basic gold sequins. Really fun. Always can do more with more of that. Okay, so, oh, and then on the back, it gives us exact directions on how to use that die. Cute. So we have some fringe. Fun, fun, fun. Oh, and then that one die is going to be rolled and glued to make a dimensional pom-pom. I mean, I am here for that. Okay, and then at the bottom of the box, oh my gosh, I just saw gold. That makes me so happy. Okay, we have some cardstock. So, looks like we have a nice white, a black. Ooh, this is so pretty. So a really nice, I guess I would call it more of a fuchsia. And bubblegum pink, it looks like. A really pretty, whoop, I'm finding another sequins. I'll just put that away. Yellow, orange. Orange is not my favorite. I have to say, this will probably sit because orange is just not my favorite. Although I do like, I like it in little places, but orange for me is not my favorite. Look at this pretty mint. That's so pretty. Blue. And then what I peeked at earlier and got really excited about was this gold. That is so pretty. That is so pretty. Okay, so that concludes the contents. Let me make sure I get this all nice and organized. I'm probably just going to do away with the tissue paper so it doesn't get all crazy, but that concludes the contents inside of this box. So now I just need to think about how I want to get inspired to create some really fun cards with what's inside. I really have to say I appreciate that it's so well rounded. So we have, you know, the little die cut shapes, but then we have some bulkier items as well. I love that they included some adhesive. It really thrills me too that they have cards and card bases, because it just makes it a one-stop shop. I love that. The paper is going to be fun. These are adorable. And then one of my favorite things in the whole box are these cute little Pom Pom hats. All right, let's go ahead and start creating, and let's make 3 cards. Let's do 3 cards with these fun little things. And again, as I am putting these cards together and showing you some of the ways I'm going to be inspired with this box, be sure to check out the description box below, because I will link this as well as anything else that I bring into this video in that description box below for you to reference. Okay, let's go ahead and get started creating. Okay, so for the first card, I just grabbed a little A2 size panel. So that would be 5.5 by 4.25. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna browse through. I know I wanna showcase, I grabbed the little chipboard pieces. I really like this cake on the cake stand with the little stars. I think that's so cute. So I really want to incorporate that in this first card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that to the side, but I want to browse through my paper pad, because I'm thinking what I will do is bring together a variety of papers, and I'm going to keep this handy because I kind of want to, you know, obviously it's going to all coordinate anyway, but I kind of want to keep the image in mind as I'm pulling paper. So I'm going to grab this green piece. I'm going to do kind of a diagonal stripe, I think, on this first one. And potentially that. Actually, I'm just going to grab it. I can always put it back. But I kind of want to get things pulled. Definitely the yellow. I kind of want to bring in a bold print for one of these. Maybe the birthday cake. Or not the birthday cake, but little balloons. I'm trying to think through kind of where I want to take this. I think I'm just going to go with the 4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these in 1-inch strips. So I'm just going to bring in my mini paper trimmer. And I'm going to create some strips for myself. So I'm going to, let's see, these are 6 inches. So I'll just bring this to the 5 and trim. And I think that's going to be about nice. I'm going to bring this over here because I want to do a diagonal stripe, and you'll see more of what I'm going to do as this unfolds. So I'm going to do 2 of each to get me started. I think that will be good. And then of course saving my extra, and just being mindful of which direction I want my pattern paper to go. So again, just 1-inch strips of all of these patterned papers, 2 of each, and that's where I'm gonna get started, and we'll see if we need more. And this is a good reminder that this will probably be a little bit longer of a video. Of course, we're going to be doing 3 cards. I'm tempted to do more because I am super inspired. I don't know how I'm going to just give you 3 ideas, but I think we'll do 3. I think that's a nice solid number, but it's going to be a little bit of a longer video. And also everything will be linked down in that description box below. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to kind of start placing. I may need more strips, but we're just going to see where we're kind of going here. I'm going to put this in between the 2 yellows because I think it'd be kind of nice to pull the yellow and the pink out of this middle piece with the surrounding pieces. Actually, we should be just fine with the amount of strips that I trimmed. So that looks great. And then we'll just repeat the pattern. So we'll do, yep, okay, that looks good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get that started at this point since I know I have enough. Let me go ahead and grab, I think I'll just use a tape runner. And the cardstock that I pulled, you could use what came in the box. I just have some A2 panels pre-trimmed. So I'm just gonna use that. And I think it's 80 pound that I trimmed. I'm just gonna start putting a piece here just to keep it placed while I create. Okay, this is my favorite tape runner. It's amazing. I'll link it down below. And I'm just going to start applying some tape to the back of my panel. And I'm just gonna go all over. That way it's all ready and I can just quickly start placing. Okay, so bringing in my diagonal pieces. Looks great. Again, I want to put this little patterned one in between here. I have to do away with my tape for a moment. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll just do this. Okay, so this one may be a little bit short. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to trim this panel down. So that will be just fine. And then again, just repeating my pattern. See how it's short over here? I'm not going to worry about it at all. We're going to trim it down at the end. Okay, 1, 2, and we'll even have a little bit of extra. Let's see, remembering my pattern. And of course you could use whichever adhesive you like. As always, I'm here for the inspiration. Run with this in any direction that you would like. Okay, here we go. Last piece laying down. Those butted up together really nicely. And now I'm just gonna put this through my paper trimmer and trim it back down to the A2 size. And I'll do that just by flipping it over and we can easily see where we need to trim. So I'm just gonna put that through my trimmer and we'll get it all trimmed nicely. Okay, and finally, the last side. Okay. Oh, that looks good. Now again, we have a little extra here, or not enough there, I should say, a complete opposite, but we're gonna trim it down so it will be just fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one of my A2 layer dies. These are my favorite. Now I'm making up my own rules for my own unboxing because I can. And I am going to bring in, obviously, a couple things here and there. I'm obviously going to need to bring in ink, so it makes sense that I can bring in other things to bring these cards together if I need to. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over a little bit just so you can see it's gonna remedy this. And I'm just gonna trim this panel down like that. And I think that's gonna be really, really cute. Okay, grabbing a piece of tape, I can just use that other piece that I used, making sure that it is gonna remedy this little corner down here. Maybe I'll bring it up and over. And I'm gonna tape that and I'll send it through my Spellbinders to trim that down. Okay, so I just ran that through off camera, gently removing that tape. It's a nice low tack tape, so as long as you're gentle with it, it will not remove or disturb any of your nice paper. And then we have a nice trimmed down panel. How cute. Oh my goodness, I love that. Okay, so then let me grab the little card base. So grabbing some of the card bases that they included in the pack. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some foam tape. Now, I'm going to use this later, but I do prefer to use the tape when I want to bump up an entire panel because it's just easier, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This size is just better for little embellishments, if you will. So we're gonna use that a little bit later. But I'm gonna go ahead, actually, let me do one other thing real quick. I am going to end up, I'm gonna need another piece of white, but I need to figure out what sentiment I would like. Let's see, we are using this little guy here. In fact, what I can do, I can cut this off that way. That way I can kind of see what this is going to look like. Now I'm going to put this on a white piece of paper because I think it will just look so cute and it will just help with our eye and contrast. I also am toying with Wish Big, but I want to do one of these sub-sentiments. So I'm thinking let's put this behind so we can see. I really like wonderful people deserve wonderful birthdays. And I also like have a sprinkles, confetti, and rainbows kind of day. I'm trying to think. I kind of like the sprinkles and confetti because of what's going on with the cake. But I'm kind of thinking also, and this is me just talking through what I'm doing here. I like this Wish Big, and I kind of like how if I were to use the Wish Big, we have different fonts here. And I think that would be really neat as well. Let me kind of think through. And this is, I really want to be organic with leaving in my thought process here. Feel free to fast forward if you need to. But I find it, oh, I really like that. I find that can be really helpful. Kind of seeing why I'm doing what I'm thinking. I think that looks really kind of nice. Ooh, that looks nice too. I don't know. Okay, let's fast forward so that I can be indecisive on my own. Okay, bringing in another panel here. And I'm just going to trim this down. I am thinking, well, let me look at my little grid here. Well, let's see. Ooh, I think we might need to do about 2.5 inches. Let's do 2.5 inches. Okay, roughly 2.5 inches. Okay, and then I am going to place this right down the center of my card. I think that will look really neat. And I might even trim down. Let's start from the top down. Okay, so what I want to do is bring in, let's stamp the sentiment first. So let me grab my Misti. Okay, grabbing my Misti. There's so many things going on. This is the fun part of creating, is just, you can see the inspiration just kind of everywhere. It's also kind of known as chaos, but inspiration nonetheless. I'm going to bring my little panel in here. I think I'm going to go with have a sprinkles and confetti and rainbow kind of day. Should I do it? I think that would be really cute. I'm going to do it. And I think I'm going to skip the big sentiment because I'll show you why later. Okay, so I'm grabbing my little sentiment here. I'm just going to place it where I would like it on my panel. And I might even bring it over just a little bit off center because I may trim this down a little bit more because I don't want to cover up too much of this. It's so pretty. So I'm going to off center that and then I'll just trim it down how I would like later. Okay, I like how that looks, I believe. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, close my Misti door, clean it up there. And then I'm just going to kind of condition the stamp since it's brand new. I'm going to use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink and ink that up. That looks nice. I might have to do that twice, but we'll see. And there we go. Ooh, you know what? I may have just accidentally done that a little too hard. Do you see how it's kind of smudgy looking? I'm gonna just go ahead and bloop, turn that over. I'll do it this way because then we won't see it that way. And I'm just gonna press lighter because it is such a thin stamp. I think I just did too much pressure. It's so delicate and thin in terms of the text. I think I just may have done too much. So I'm just going to go, and I've run into this before, but I still have to just remind myself to be a little gentler. That looks a little bit better, I think. I don't know. Maybe not, but we'll see. Okay. And I'll just do it one more time. Okay, cutie cutie. So now what I'm going to do is, well, now what I'm going to do is completely change my mind. I just am not loving the look of that for where I think I want this to go. So I'm just going to change my mind, honestly, and bring that up. And I'm going to go with the wonderful people deserve wonderful birthdays. So let's bring this back and do the other instead. I like that so much better. So much better. Okay, wonderful people deserve wonderful birthdays. I'm not going to stamp that again. I think that looks great. So cleaning off my stamp, I'll put that away because if I don't, I'll lose it. And we can move on to putting this little cutie on here. So what I'm going to do with this, I got that pretty centered, didn't I? What I'm going to do with this is it does have adhesive on the back, but I want to pop it up. So I'm going to grab some of the adhesive that came in the kit, just these little foam dots, just to give it a little bit more of a raised look. And I'll just put 3 on there. It is chipboard, so, you know, it's very sturdy in and of itself. So we don't need to do it all around to provide support or anything, but just enough to where it doesn't bow. Okay, getting those little pieces off. And I'm going to center that right over my little sentiment, just like that. Ooh, I like the raised look. That looks so nice. Okay, so now I have an idea for my spacing. So let's put the Misti away and bring our card base back. Oh, this is gonna be cute. Okay, and bring our trimmer back. And let's see if we can fit this underneath here. I'm just gonna trim a little bit off the sides. Again, I don't wanna cover up too much of the nice diagonal pattern that we just did because it looks so pretty. There's a reason why I made it that way. Okay, so trimming a little off of each side. I think that's gonna be nice. And then I'm gonna trim an equal amount off of the top just to match the bottom. Hopefully I can get that about correct. Oh, yes. Okay. I like this. I like this. Okay. Now I am just going to adhere this to the panel. I like the size of this too because we're getting a lot of the background. I'll save this for an additional project. Always keep your scraps. And then what I will do is I'm just going to use tape runner, I think. Or I could use liquid glue too. That would probably be a good option. Okay, bringing in a little bit of liquid glue. And I'm just going to add a little bit back. I need to get some more glue. I've been having way too much fun. There we go. I'm just going to add a little bit to the back of my little white piece here. Just a little right on my piano. Be mindful too that if you have anything directional that's going face up, you don't want your balloons upside down. So just be mindful when you're both doing, you know, placing your stripes as well as when you're getting ready to kind of do the finishing touches. Okay, and that glue allows me to do a little bit of wiggle room. A little to the left there and maybe up a little. Okay. I like this. I like where this is going. Okay, let's put a little foam tape on the back. Again, it just is easier with foam tape to do a bigger surface area. So that's why I'm going to bring in this instead of those little foam squares. This is my preferred way for card panels. And then we'll do a couple more finishing things on this first card. Okay, bringing in the included card bases. They are the A2 size. And then place our little panel right on the front, giving us a nice little margin there. I think that looks very nice. And then again, we have that little raised look from the panel to the card as well. Okay, so here's where we are so far, but I think we should add some sequins because why not? So pretty. So I'm going to grab a few of these and let's just place them around and see where we want to go with it. And let's grab a few more. I just bought a little sequins organizer today, arriving hopefully prime overnight, but we shall see. Okay, I like how this looks, kind of bringing it off of both sides. And there's a variety of sizes, so you can just be choosy on what you would like to do there. But I'm kind of liking okay, I think I like that. So I'm going to grab my glue. We are going to make it permanent, or as permanent as little glue allows. And get these placed on there. So there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, I like the little shine of that. I really like the sentiment, and it was worth, you know, changing your mind. Nothing's final until it's final, right? So just because you start something and then you don't necessarily love it doesn't mean you have to keep it that way. I like how one is, whoops, I'm gonna need a little bit more glue. I like how one is kind of right on, actually it looks good, right on the crease there, just like up here. It kind of just shows that it's all going to work together. Make sure these are down really nice. But there is the final card. I think that is really cute. I love the dimension on it. I think it was really simple to make. And I like that we could use a lot of that pattern paper, but also, you know, there's embellishments that are just done for us. Simple stamping, add a couple sequins, and bada bing, bada boom, done. Okay, card number 2. I really want to have fun with a lot of these little cutouts. I think they are so cute. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a A2 card panel. Again, I have mine pre-trimmed. Everything will be linked down below. And I am going to use one of these little frames. Now it comes like this, and then you can just pop out the banner and the little surrounding white area. So I am going to use that little piece. And what I'm going to do is, I really want to pop this up, I think. I do. I want to pop it up. So I am going to use, I think these are going to be, well, maybe if I trim them in half. Let's try trimming them in half. That way we can use what's in the box. Let me find, does anyone else's scissors just completely hide from them? But they're honestly right, like staring you right in the face. Ah, that is me. Okay, so I actually, if you trim these in half, that's going to be perfect. I'm just going to place, I would really want to pop this all up. That way it has some fun dimension. And then you'll see later, I will be able to kind of sneak things over, under. I'll be given a little bit more creative control. So let me go ahead and do this very tedious task of trimming and placing. I have the waffle flower strips. I think you've seen me use those before. Let me think what video I just did those in. Oh, when I was doing my son's first birthday party, I used them for his shaker. They are really tiny, thin strips of adhesive. And I think one is an 1/8 and one is a 1/16. And those are very handy. But because I want to try to use as much of the box contents as possible, I will just DIY some little skinnier foam pieces. Another thing I want to do is I want to trim down my panel really quickly before I start building on it. I forgot to do that. And again, I'm just going to use, I'm going to set this to the side. Holy adhesive, that is so sticky. Okay, well done with the stickiness. I'm going to bring in this little A2 layer die once more, same size as the last time. And I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine really quickly off camera, and then we'll have our base to build upon. Okay, ran that through. Removing the little tape. I just use the tape so that it just keeps my die where I would like it. And I can place this right back here. Now let's grab the Misti because I want to stamp my sentiment right on the base. And so let me just put this down here. And oh, so many people have been asking me about this. This is just a piece of washi tape folded onto itself, and it helps just to get the magnet up and off quickly. So I've had a couple questions about that. I wanted to address it. And for my sentiment, I want my sentiment to go right in the middle of my frame, and I thought this Hey Birthday Girl would be so cute. So I'm going to put my frame this way just because I don't want to stick it down onto my card just yet, but I want to obviously use that to get my sentiment lined up. So I'm going to do this just to get an idea of where I want it. I think that looks good. And it is at an angle because it's slanted. Okay. Okay. Close the door and condition the stamp lightly so I don't bring that right back up. This would also be really pretty if you wanted to gold emboss this, but I actually have been really liking the look of a really bold sentiment with the black ink. I think that's really fun. Okay. And close. I'm just going to lightly tap. And I'm going to redo that one more time just to get a little bit more of a bold and even impression. But other than that, that looks very, very nice. Okay, making sure my paper is lined up exactly where it was. That way I can get perfectly lined up. Ooh, that looks really good. Okay, I like that. Let me clean off my stamp and return it to my stamp sheet. And moving on. Okay, let's take this out of the Misti. And this is where we're really gonna have some fun. So, grab my tape again. And the first thing I'm gonna lay down is my frame. So I'm going to grab my tweezers and I'm going to frame that out. And I think that looks really great. Okay. Now, I did kind of browse through and pull some of these fun little shapes, these little die cut shapes, and I'm just gonna have fun kind of being random and fun with these as we kind of go. This is going to be obviously like the focal area, but we're just gonna go out from there, okay, and kind of just frame it out with some fun little things. So I grabbed a few. I'm sure I'm going to need to grab some more. There are a zillion little fun things. In fact, I didn't grab that one yet, so I will use that. That's super fun. There are a zillion fun little things. So I'm just going to kind of get started, pull as I go, pull as I need, and we'll see where this goes. Okay, so I think the first thing, now if it runs off the side, that is completely fine because we do have this trimmed down and we're gonna have a bigger card base. So I like the idea of the balloons going here. Ooh, I think that's really fun. Okay, so the balloons going, or even up a little bit too. That could be fun too. I kind of like this gold foil here, so I think I'm going to have it go up and over. So I'm going to use these little squares to really pop that up. Okay. And the best thing about these subscription boxes, and again, this is the first one I've subscribed to. I just thought it would be a really fun way for me to kind of get out of my element. I like the idea of someone choosing supplies for me. Well, if I'm being honest, it makes me super nervous because it does. I don't know. I mean, you're not given a lot of control, right? And I like to have creative control, but it's really kind of fun that somebody else is, you know, giving you things that you may not have picked out yourself, and then you're having to pivot and adapt and then put your own creative spin and your own personal style on it. And I really do appreciate that. Okay, so I like to use the tweezers. Oop, they're watering the lawn outside, so you can hear some squeaky water going. Okay, and then I'm going to do this. Again, it's okay that it's running off the side of the panel. Deep breaths. Okay, so then I think I'm also going to grab one of these, and I'm going to have that kind of go from behind and peeking out. In fact, do you see how part of that is kind of going behind, but then dipping up and over right here? I like that look. So we'll do that. We're already almost done with these foam dots, foam squares. So I'm going to be pulling in some additional foam supplies in just a little bit, but I'll link them down below so that you know exactly what I'm using. Okay, come here. How did I have that? That was really kind of cute. It was like this. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go like that. I'm not really one to do a lot of cat things, but this kitty cat is adorable. So I'm going to put this little kitty cat here. I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to put a foam square up towards the hat, but I'm also going to layer on the frame. So I'm going to put, well, let me do the glue on the actual kitty cat. No, I'm not. I'm going to do a glue on the frame because that way I can just kind of place it there and then know exactly where I'm going to go. Just a little is fine. Again, I have that foam square here, so it's going to be popped up off of the panel. And I think that's really fun. Okay, I'm going to bring in this balloon to add a little bit of length. I like the idea of the little piece. Do I want to tuck it? I kind of like it coming up and over. It gives a little bit of movement here, so I think that's really fun. So let's add, I'm going to add 2 squares here. And then I may add the glue to the little string here. Time for new glue. Okay, I've had this in my stash for a while, this Avery L liquid glue adhesive, so I'm going to try that. And this comes out a little fast, so I'm going to be mindful of that. Okay, and then again, foam squares, over the little vine. In fact, can I even, I want to see if I can have some of those pieces kind of come up and over without ripping my paper. Ooh, I like that look. Okay, that looks nice. Looks intentional. Okay, and then let's bring in this little piece. I liked this little stamp. I thought, and I also liked how it brought in a lot of color. And I'm also going to bring, let's do these first. I'm going to bring these in with, I'm kind of just going in a lot of different directions. This is just how the creative process just goes, right? Let's bring some more squares in. A similar, I think, thickness. They may not though. They might be, ooh, they're a tad thinner, so I might have to double up on the ones I'm bringing in just so they match in thickness for the remainder of this card. Okay, so going in a lot of directions, and I want to kind of talk to that a little bit. I think that's why this could be fun every month, is because, you know, behind the scenes, there's a lot of thought and a lot of indecisiveness that goes into creating. And so, you know, I don't want to ever make it look just so super easy that, you know, you don't think that behind the scenes there's not a lot of changing your mind and respectively, you know what I mean? So I think that this could be just a fun way to just get real and kind of fun. Okay, so I like how this is coming up and to the left, and I kind of want this to go down and to the right. I think that that will just create a really fun mirroring look. And I'm only going to do one layer on this because I want it to kind of go under those presents a little bit. Also being mindful that I also want to showcase the scallop of the frame a bit more. So I'm going to go under and not cover it up as much. Okay, I like that. Pretty. And then I want to bring this little cutie in, and we will trim this one down a little bit in just a bit. Okay, so I'm going to, put as much on there as I can, and then knowing we will trim down as we go. Okay. However, being mindful, I want to do that stamp. So how do I want to incorporate? I'm going to have this go behind, again allowing that scallop edge to be showcased. Okay, and then I will let the stamp kind of cover and go like that, maybe even just like so. In fact, what I'll do, don't be afraid to trim if you want it to be a little bit snugger or more snug. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, boop, and there we go. And let's see here. Ooh, this looks good. Well, it looks how I want it to look. So then, do you remember these little, they already have the little adhesive thing on the back. I love this, and I wanted to bring this in somewhere. So I thought it'd be really fun because we have a really dimensional Pom Pom there. So I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to let that cover the frame quite a bit. Now, I might need, oops, actually, some of that adhesive, I'm going to bring it over just a little bit so that that adhesive goes onto the card base more, and I need to build this up on the back. Okay. Sometimes the tweezers just really help elongate your fingers, right? So that you can kind of visualize without having too much of your hands in the mix. Okay. So cute. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay, I feel like I need to do just some small pieces, such as, I had that one pulled. And I'm not going to do any more popping up. We have the dimension, and now I just want to bring in, ooh, that was a lot. So I know I'm going to use this next, so I'm just going to kind of share the glue. Sharing is caring here. I already have the dimension, so now I just want to add, you know, a little bit of layering. Okay, add that piece. And then I think it could also be fun. I feel like we need to elongate down here just a little bit because I have, let's see, I have it so much. So, and I also have these. We could add a little smiley face. I don't know. Maybe not. Ooh, we could add the, I'm going to add this little star here. In fact, this one is going to need a dot because it's going to go on the base. Just add it right over that glue, no problem. And have it interact with those gifts, maybe just like that. Okay. I'll bring that over a little bit, changing my mind, bring it over just a tad. Okay, I like that. Okay, let me think through what else. I like just kind of adding at this point. We also have some candy that could be cute and fun. And you know, I changed my mind. You gotta know when to stop. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there. So now I'm going to trim off this little side, and then I think it'll be good. We can decide if we want to add some sequins as well. So bringing in the card base here. This is how it's gonna look. And ooh, that's really fun. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop it up on the card base because I do like the idea of this falling off. But I don't want to cut it here. I want to allow it to kind of fall off onto the actual card, if that makes sense. To kind of just like cascade down. I think that would be super fun. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm going to pop this. Actually, do I want to pop it up? I do. I do. I'm going to pop it up some more because I want to. Okay, so I'm going to add some foam tape to the back. And, you know, I'm not the girl to ask about how would you send this in the mail? How would you make that not smash? I'm worried about right now and how cute this is. So this might be just one of those hand-delivered cards. Plus, I also want to be mindful of not, you know, giving that type of advice on my channel because I want my videos to be evergreen, and in the fact that, you know, that kind of information changes. So if someone's watching this, you know, 5 years down the road and postage has changed, then I don't want, you know, there to be incorrect information. Okay, popping that up, making sure, see, and that's why I make sure because it's going to open this way. I almost put it on upside down. Okay, and then just like this. So darn cute. I can't even handle that. That's so fun. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that. And that's fine because I like how it goes over the panel onto the card base because it lets them interact with one another. I think that's so cute. Okay, so you can do it with scissors. I just like my paper trimmer. I really do. Let's see if I can do it with this Pom Pom though. That might kind of pose a problem, but we'll see. We'll see. And Sure could. Ah, so cute. Oh my goodness, it's getting better and better. Okay, I want to bring some sequins in because I want to fill in some of this space here. So what I will do is bring the little sequins in, and let's play around with just adding a couple little pieces here and there to add some shine, but also just to be intentional with filling some space too. Okay, so I want to do one here. That's fine and fun. I want to do quite a few here, kind of like just to fill the space, but also just to kind of bring some fun. Here's a flower, and you know, I think it would be fun to snip and tuck. Final answer. Super cute. It gives that space a little bit of something there. It kind of keeps building the frame out and puts more color. So cuteness. I love that. Okay. Oh, I really like that. Okay, that's what matters, right? And then a sequins here. And I will bring, so for a total of 5 sequins, I'll bring this one here. And that is going to be super cute. So I am going to bring in my glue. Now I will say this Avery Elle glue comes out a little fast. So I'm going to have to just, it's just learning to get my hand with it. Especially when you kind of switch between adhesives, you kind of have to be mindful of how each little dropper works. I also have those little mini precision tip bottles that you can refill, and I should probably just put it in that because the glue so far looks like it's pretty nice, but just gotta get control of the flow. Okay, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Let me find my glue cap so that I can be responsible with my glue. Okay, finished card. That is so fun. I love it. I love that we have a fun sentiment that's the center area, but then I also love that it just kind of cascades out from there. I think that is so cute. This has to go here because this is too bare for me. I don't like that. So I'm going to put this, oh my goodness, happy birthday on this little cell phone. I can bring it down a little bit. I think that's so cute. It adds some layering. It kind of helps to break that up. And that is much more perfect to me. I think it's so fun. Okay, the card number 2 is done. Let's go ahead and finish up this video with our last card. Okay, simplifying my space here a tad, and I really have to do something with the dies. I think they are so fun. So I'm going to bring them all out, and then I'm also going to bring those directions in so we can just do it together. So we have the party hat base, we have the little stripe, we also have some little embellishments it looks like. So a flower and vines, and just lots of little things that are going to bring this together. Okay, so these are going to roll up, I believe, to make the little pom-pom. So let's go ahead and bring the directions in. Y'all, they were in the trash. They were in the trash. I just looked through the entire craft space around me and they were in the trash. Good thing we're on our last card. Okay, so this is what we're going to, well, we're going to work on this little hat. We're not going to make it exactly like this, but work on the hat. So let's go ahead and just follow what they say. So we're going to die cut the fringe and hat with and without insert. Okay, so I do like having that white. I think I will pull the white that we have. We haven't even used any of the solids. We've used the pattern paper pack. However, we haven't even used any of the solids that are in there. That's why this is just a gift that keeps on giving. We haven't even dented any of these items. Okay, so I am going to grab a white. I am a lover of the pink, so I'm not trying to be a copycat, but I really am going to do the fun pink here as well. So I'm going to grab those colors and we're just going to start getting these all die cut out. Okay, so I am going to just trim what I need and send these through so I can save as much cardstock as possible. So that will go there. This will go. Oh, did I do that opposite? I think I did that opposite. Will that fit? That may fit. No, that's not going to fit, but that's okay. I'll use that elsewhere. And this piece is going to go here. Okay. Okay, so I did a lot of die cutting behind the scenes, and I ended up using some of the scrap pieces that I had used for my first card. So for the fringe, I went ahead and used this pretty pattern paper that we used for card number 1. And then for the Pom Pom, I went ahead and used that pretty mustard heart paper. For the flowers, I really wanted to bring pink back in, but I wanted them to be different than our base area. And what I did was I used this watercolor looking one that again does come with the little paper pack. So I thought that was fun. You could get a little bit of variation with the little flowers. And then we did get some mint looking or almost kind of seafoam colored cardstock, so I used that for the leaves. And then for the hat, you're going to cut out one with the insert inside, so I did that out of that bubblegum pink, and then just cut out one for the inside for the white without the insert. So that is kind of where I went with cutting. And then I still need to do the Make-A-Wish, and I think I'm going to do that with some gold. I probably want to get started first and then do a little cutting. Now I didn't use this little die. This is going to be for the insides of the cute little flowers, but I thought it'd be cool to do sequins inside. So you can always change your mind, and I may do so, but for now, let's go ahead and just start assembling. So we're going to go ahead. There are some little score lines on here that you can somewhat see down the left and right side. So I'm going to go ahead and fold those in. And we're going to start getting ready to assemble. There we go. And bring together our hat. Okay, we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut off where that score line is and just keep the inside. I believe this is how it's done. Okay. Okay, and then let's turn, so we have this turned over, and we're just going to place this right on the inside. I believe that's right. That looks right. Okay, place it on the inside. And then we'll pull these down. Now I really want to use this adhesive tape. Ooh, let's try this. Okay, so it looks to be just a tad smaller than a 1/4 inch. Does it say? It might say on our instruction sheets. I'm going to just place it on those tabs. Okay, you could also use glue, but I've been really wanting to try this. So this is a good chance to do so. Okay, trim. And then add to the other side. Oh, this is going to be a long video. If you're still here, I appreciate you. And if you're still here, put a heart emoji in the comments, because then I'll know who was still having fun on card 3. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my little weeding tool to pick up the little liner off of that adhesive. Make sure I can get that to stay down. Let's see. And peel that off. Okay, maybe just my fingers was just fine. Oop. All these little pieces are coming off everywhere. Okay. And this side. Okay. Ooh. not too bad. Okay, bringing this little piece in, we're just going to line it up. And before we fold though, we need to do this piece. So this is the little fringe, okay? So I think it's gonna be kind of a little difficult to do the adhesive strips with that. So I'm just gonna add a little bead of glue to the bottom. That's just me though. I know my limitations. And I'm just gonna bring it this way and attach. Okay. I actually like that adhesive choice because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room too. And now that that is installed, let me turn it over so we can see. Cute. Now that that is installed, let's line this up and press down those sides. Just like that. Cute. Oh my goodness, that's really cute. Now I probably could have done a little bit better lining that up at the bottom, but you know what? I think we're gonna be fine. Okay, so now I think, oh, fold tabs and add trim. Okay, I think we're all good to go. That's really fun. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, you see how I have a little bit of a gap there? Oh well, it's okay. Not everything can be perfect. I'm gonna fluff these up a little bit. I think those are so fun. I love it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the Pom Pom. So this is our little Pom Pom piece, and it says roll from long end to short end and glue. Add to top of hat and pull fringe apart. Okay, so I have a tool that is this little tool here, and I'll link it down below. And I've been using it for rolling paper flowers and stuff like that in other projects. So I'm going to use that because I think it'll just make this a lot easier. And it says from long end to short end. So I believe this would be the long end. What I'm going to do, if you can see, there is a little notch in here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the little notch inside right there, where you can slip your paper in. So I'm just going to slip my paper right inside. See? So it's slipped in right between the two. Whoops. Come on, Bethany. Right between the two. And then once it's slipped in there, kind of pull it to the end, and then you can just start rolling. Now you could just roll this with your fingers, but I mean, if you have the tool, why not use it, right? So I'm just rolling. And then it says, and add glue. So maybe I'm gonna start adding a little bit of glue as I go. Maybe I'll roll for a little bit and then add a tad bit of glue and then roll for a little bit. It's not gonna take a lot, I wouldn't imagine. Oops. Not like that, Beth. Okay. That's probably very generous. But I'll just get that going. Roll it into the glue. Ooh. And then we can just pull it right off. And then I'm going to let that sit for just a minute. Oops. To just set up. It's kind of like a little, it almost looks like an asparagus tip. I'm just going to be honest. That's exactly what it looks like to me. Okay, I'm going to let it sit for a second, and then I will kind of fluff it up in a minute. Okay. In fact, we can kind of fluff it up at the end, but that's going to go at the top. So now I think it's time to add, let's just start doing our card base. I think that would be really, really nice and fun. So I'm going to grab a card base. Excuse me, I'm going to grab a card panel. I like to do things on white. I just think it's really clean and pretty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this down because I just have to. Trim it down. I have a little bit of extra tape here, so we'll just use that. Let me run this through my die cut machine really quickly. And we will trim it and then get to decorating. So I trimmed that down. Let's grab a card base. And I think it's safe to say that this is going to be very dimensional from here on out. So I think what I will do is I'm going to place, do I want to do another little border? No, I don't think I do. I'm going to place some, I'm going to go ahead and just pop up my card base right now. I think that will be super fun because later it's going just to be so dimensional that I think it'll be hard to add the foam tape on later. I think it'll just be better now. And when you can do something easier, do it easier. Okay. Okay. Taking off my adhesive back pieces. 1 and 2 and 3. Pop up my panel and then we'll just build it from here on out, right on the card. Okay, right there, done. And as I do, I'm just gonna put this here. Okay. Okay, now I also have all of these little flowers and such. So there's also in the little die cuts, there are some leaves. So I'm going to pull some of those in. Okay, and there's this, which I really like. I'm also bringing in some of these florals that I think are fun. They're on the warmer side of the rainbow. I'm kind of sticking to the warmer side with those warm colors and just kind of pulling as I see things that kind of grab my eye. Okay, so I kind of want to just have fun with maybe bringing some little florals in and around this party hat. I think it will just be visually interesting and fun. And then we have all these little tiny ones that we used the die cuts with, but why not use the little pre-die cuts as well? And again, sticking to those pinks, oranges, and a couple yellows as well. I think this could just be really cute. And then we'll just bring in more foliage here and there. Kind of center it on my card. And then I'm going to put this on with some foam tape just to pop it up. And that is where we're going to start. I'm going to go right down the middle because I want to, again, kind of bring things and tuck things as I go. I think that will be fun. Okay, so bloop, and centering, but also I still have my little pom-pom at the top. I also kind of, you know, I like this. Okay, I'm pulling it all apart. It's cool, right? But I kind of think, just for additional texture, I think what I'll do is bring in one of the tips from here and put it on the top. I think that would be cuter. So this is still super fun, but I kind of think it's a little lackluster. Just me. Just me. Okay. So we got that on there. Okay, we can make decisions as we go. So I'm going to bring, let me just kind of play. Okay, so I might just skip the florals. I'm not sure. It's just not feeling quite right, but I kind of want to play with this sweet little banner that comes in these die cuts. I think it could be super fun. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to kind of pull it down and connect it kind of between these fringe pieces. I think that could be sweet. Actually, I think I'm going to cut it at 3. And then just kind of bring it in little kind of pieces. And then we will just cover up the area where it's, oh, that's so cute. Yes. Okay, but I'm gonna bring it on the other side. So what I'll do is I'm gonna start with this side because I'm gonna put some flowers on there anyway. Okay, this is called Creative, I don't know, changing your mind. Creative Freedom, right? Change your mind. I'm gonna trim. Perfect, just to take the shape of the hat. Bring it up a little bit. Oh, that I think is just adding just what it needs. Adding a little bit more glue. And these are going to overlap just a little bit to kind of form that scallop down there, and you almost can't even see, but we're going to cover that anyway because we're going to do a little bit of floral work on there. Okay, I think that's super cute. Okay, don't worry, this is going to get covered. You're not going to see where those two meet because we're going to do some fun little florals on here. I just think, I don't know, the flowers coming out from everywhere, it was just too much for me. So, so we're just not going to. So let's see, let's do pink ones, and this is going to be a very fun and pink card. Although we could layer some of these pinks on here too to make that fun. But let's bring in those, but also bring in some foam squares. So I'm going to put some foam squares right on the back and bring my little pieces in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put one here. Okay. I'm going to take my little die cut. I'm going to die cut a piece right out of this because I really like this yellow. So 1 second. Okay, that is super fun. And plus it has the little gold on there. So that could be super fun too. Okay, we're going to do that. I'm going to bring some foam squares, pardon me, right back in here. And I think that'll be fun. Plus the little gold scallop plus some of the gold flecks on this paper will be really fun because I think we're definitely going to bring in the gold with the Make-A-Wish sentiment. Okay, I like how that looks. Now let's start with some greenery. Oh, that's fun. And then I will do one there. I like that. I might even bring in, well, no, I think I'll just do 3. Just a little is enough. Bring that down maybe a little bit. Whoops, nope, nope, nope. Flipped over on me. There we go. Okay. No, I'm going to add all of them because I think more could be, I don't know, do I stop or do I keep going? I think I'm going to stop because there's other things we can add. I think I'm going to put one more. I think instead I'll put one more of the little pink flower. Or maybe, yeah, nope, the pink. I'm going to do one more pink. And then I'm going to add some sequins to make that have a fun little center. And this one I'm just going to glue because I'm just going to tuck right under. Okay, like that. The middle of those flowers, ugh, so cute. Again, there is a little die. Actually, this one needs to go up. There's a little die for those little innards, but I love kind of bringing that sequins in there. I think that is super cute. Oh, that's really fun. Okay, loving that. Okay, let's do the sentiment, and then I also think we will bring in some fun on the sides, maybe some more sequins just to make it fun and exciting and bring some shine. And then otherwise, I think it's going to be all done. I kind of want to keep this a little simple, and I think it'll be super sweet. Okay, so I went ahead and die cut out some of the Make-A-Wish words. I did 2 layers of white, and then I did 1 layer of that gold that was included in the kit, and I love it. Look at how pretty it is, plus it's double-sided. It's just so pretty. So I went ahead, that's gonna be my top layer, but I went ahead and cut out 2 additional layers just so we could build them upon one another and bring in some dimension to the letters. And while doing so, I had an idea. So let's see if this turns out how I would like it. So I'm gonna do, let's see, I need to grab, well, I'll just kind of poke it out with this. Some of these little pieces stayed on the inside. And I'm just gonna start building up my letters. So I'm going to bring back in my art glitter glue because I really like the flow for delicate things. Okay, adding my glue. And this may be a little hard to see for the white, but I'm just going to stack them right on top of one another and then build them up, just lining them up really nice, just like that. And then I'll do the gold on the very top. That just adds a lot of height, which really can elevate the visual interest in something as simple as the sentiment. Okay, just set it down, and then that glue gives us some little time to get it all lined up and pressed down. So I'm just gonna grab one of my acrylic blocks and let that sit there and flatten out. I'll do the rest of the little pieces and then we'll finish up this card. Okay, there we go. It is tedious, I will not lie, but it is so worth it. It's one of my favorite things that I've learned to do is building up the layers with extra cardstock underneath. So how pretty are these? They're nice and thick and they're really fun. It kind of looks like chipboard once you're done. Okay, so while those are kind of setting, which will only take a second, really, I was thinking it would be fun. I was originally going to do Make a Wish down here, but I just think that that's so, I don't know, it's not exciting. So I was thinking it'd be fun to do this, kind of have it like just continue our fun layering on the actual hat. I just think it's fun. Make a and then wish. I think it could be fun. What do you think? Well, I mean, I think I'm gonna just do it regardless, but I think that's super, super fun. And it just adds something there. Plus, we'll just have some fun with the surrounding area in a different way in just a minute. So, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I like it that it's kind of like swooshed. I think it's fun. You could also, I mean, you could also do it on, no, I think it's fun. I think it's neat how the hat is kind of the base and then we're just kind of building on top of it. We have so much dimension on it. So I think I'll do the wish first and then kind of build up from there. So going from the bottom of the sentiment to the top, I think that will be fun. So we'll do wish. Just like that. Super fun. And then I like A having its own, or should it be, let's see. I was gonna say I like A having its own, I do, having its own line. I think that'll be fun. Okay, so add the A. All right, how are we doing? Are we hanging in there? This has been a long, fun, creative video. filmed on a really pretty Sunday afternoon, and honestly, sometimes a nice warm sunny afternoon just creating is just exactly what I need going into the week. Make a wish. And that M will kind of fall right off of the side, but I like that. I think that's fun. Okay, so we have make a wish, and then let's do sequins. We're just gonna have a lot of fun placing sequins, and I'm kind of just want to kind of drop it and just kind of see what happens. And then we'll just really kind of party it up, kind of like confetti, right? Okay. And then we'll just kind of play around with my tip is so sticky, which is great, but kind of makes for, actually, this end is a lot easier. And I really just want to really liven this space up with the sequins. So I need to turn some of them around. So that little cup part is on the bottom, but I thought this would be just kind of fun just to really liven up the background. Okay, so I really think that this is kind of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and just solidify this little choice and put these little pieces down. I really want it to kind of look like confetti. So I just kind of almost gave it a throne look onto the card. And I think it's achieving what I was hoping. So okay, there is my last card. I think it's fun. I like that there are some empty spaces because I want it to look just a little random and as if it was just kind of thrown onto the page. I think that's fun, although this kind of feels like it just is asking for a little one right there. Is it? I mean, if I had to think about it, I'm just gonna do it. I think it's just fun. It's exciting. And okay, sorry, I have to. Just one and maybe one more because there's a couple things that are bothering my eye. So if it's bothering me right now, it'll bother me after the video, and I don't want, yeah, I like that. Super fun. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I think this is really fun and exciting. I love how that ended up. I think it's just really fun and bright, and the final little grand finale card to this card kit. Oh my goodness, so fun. I really love how all three of these little cards turned out, and I have so many additional supplies in this box. So, and I think, did I say there were 10 cards? So 7 card bases still to work with. So many more supplies. I didn't even make a dent in the supplies. The only thing that I went through were the foam adhesive squares, but I mean, there's just so many ways that you can run with this whole card kit. So I really hope you enjoyed this. I love how they all turned out. I think they're all really fun and unique in their own way, but I love how they just kind of allowed me to get creative in a whole different way. And each respectively allowed me to do something and tap into a different part of my creative process. So I hope this was fun for you. I hope that if you haven't thought about doing a subscription box, that maybe this gave you a little encouragement to, you know, step out of your comfort zone and do so. As a reminder, everything will be linked in the description box below this video, and please be sure to give this a thumbs up if you did, and again, leave a little heart emoji if you stayed till the very end. You are a trooper. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.